Shh! I'm trying to take a test. I cannot fail this class again. It's already like my 4th time. With the month of May rapidly approaching its end, we are getting very, very close to the start of summer. And I know what you're all thinking, a lot of you are excited for summer vacation, but you gotta remember, even though you're not gonna be doing a whole lot for the next couple months, you gotta keep your mind active. How you go about doing that is entirely up to you. That's right, everybody. Today we're gonna talk about some Mario edutainment games. This is a genre that means the games within are supposed to be both educational and entertaining at the same time. And in this instance, no. The game that probably comes to everybody's mind right now is something like Mario Teaches Typing. And if you're one of them, you would be right. Despite being very weird, this game is a bit of a classic, but I more so played the second one, and I liked playing it actually, but it really didn't teach me how to type at all. I was a little kid, I just liked seeing the incredibly goofy animations that played out in the quote-unquote story mode. Like seriously, what is even going on here? You're not gonna see something like this in Mario 64. Nowadays, I can type like a madman, even over 100 words per minute according to online tests. And I'm certainly not going to attribute that to my attempts to get Mario over this sand pit. But at the very least, you could always listen to Mario's words of wisdom.
Finally, I'ma get to move on the ground. Here we go. Moving on the ground, moving on the ground. Hey, who's that behind you? Made you look, made you look.
Well, now that that's over with, today we're going to talk about a series of games known as Mario's Early Years for the Super Nintendo and also available on PC. And, oh wait a second. Educational on both Super Nintendo and PC. That seems awfully familiar. Oh god, no. It's the same team that made Mario is Missing in Mario's Time Machine. This is gonna suck, isn't it? The games they brought out can be considered a trilogy, I guess, and the first of which that I'm going to play is called Fun with Numbers. And immediately we see Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and Peach, I think? And then we are presented with 7 different islands, each of which has a different minigame. Let's check out this first one.
Let's go to Number World.
I don't really know what to do. I'll click a number, I guess?
You found the 1.
Well, yes, I did. Thank you very much.
You picked the 2.
This is just going to tell me what numbers I've picked, isn't it? That's not a game. In fact, Luigi here is a good representation of what this game will do to you. If you feel curious enough to click him, however, he will wake up and give you an actual objective.
I like your choice.
Alright, 1 island down. Things are looking good so far. Moving on. Oh, this is Mario's bedroom, eh? A bed, a dresser, a chest, and 4 identical pairs of shoes spread across the floor like an animal. In this game, we click parts of the room and count how many of the thing there is. Mario dedicates 1 dresser drawer to 7 different colored socks. The most popular video game character of all time, ladies and gentlemen. And here's a look at his kitchen, which is filled with nothing but fruits and vegetables. Remember kids, eat fruits and veggies to stay nice, strong, and healthy. Anything else, and you'll look like this. Oh, actually, there's cookies here too. Well, that explains it. At this point, I was kind of just gonna go over the rest of the 5 islands, but honestly, the rest of the games do the same thing of you just pointing at different things that you want to, or you have Luigi ask you to point a different thing. That's it, that's every single game. The weird part is, a lot of them don't even deal with numbers, despite what the title says.
They go together. They are the same.
You can choose one of different sizes of slides, a bucket that is either empty or full, clicking items that are based on their location. It makes no sense.
I like your choice.
What the? I have many questions, but really now, how are you going to go ahead and call this Fun with Numbers if there are games here that feature neither of those things? The only part of the title that makes any sense is the with part, as in everything within this game sucks. That sounded a whole lot better when I wrote that down. Well, that first game was a disaster. Only 2 more to go. Here we have Fun with Letters. Starting off, the title screen is exactly the same. That's a bad sign already, isn't it? Alright, the menu is basically the same as well. 7 more fun-filled islands just waiting for us to explore them. Where should we begin? Alright, I guess we'll start with the top left again.
A. Apple.
Yeah, uh-huh.
B. Bowser.
Mm-hmm, that is Bowser, alright.
C. Crazy cat.
Oh yeah, that cat is crazy, alright. Never in my life have I seen a cat go so insane right before my very eyes. Just look at him go! Maybe I'm the crazy one criticizing a game that's made for 5-year-olds, but this game just goes through all of the letters and then kicks you back to the game select screen. I guess that means I won? You know what though, to give the game some credit, at least I found one game here that could actually put a young kid's mind to work. Here you gotta pick the right word to fit in the sentence. This is something I could actually see being kinda useful, and with the broken English, it is actually relatively funny.
Luigi is in the mud.
Luigi, get out of the mud there, you silly goose. The princess has a big blank. Oh my god, the answer is cup. This preschool Mario game has as the answer to a question, the princess has a big cup. I can't handle this. Next screen, please. The what? Again? What? Alright, I need to calm down after that. What do we do next? Here we have Sound World, where you pick an image that starts with the letter presented to you. Ultimately, what it sounds like doesn't really matter since it's just you see the letter and you pick it, but hey, it plays a sound, so there's that. Oh my Iggy, what happened to you? And then there's the last letter world, where you pick 3 of the 4 words that end with the letter given. So it's like the same exact thing, but easier. Is this really a good way to teach children? I may not remember how a 4-year-old's brain works, but at this point, it's all visual based as opposed to teaching basic fundamental speech. Hey, this one letter shows up in these 3 words, they must be the right ones. Maybe I'm thinking too deep into this. Here we have First Letter World. It's the same exact thing, except the problem presented is the first letter as opposed to the last, meaning it's the same exact thing as Sound World. Alright, you know what? Fine. Game. Whatever you say, I'll play along.
You did well.
What is that? At this point, I feel numb inside. And just when you thought we were done, no. Let's end things off with Preschool Fun. I'm gonna guess this more so is a culmination of different topics rather than the singular focused topics of the previous 2. Despite the fact that those games did a poor job at that whole singular focused thing. For example, here we have Opposite World. Show me the opposite of hot. That's an easy one. The ice cream and the non-smoking beverage, my favorite. And then there's Animal Land, where you correlate the animal cries to the correct animal, featuring shockingly realistic animal noises.
Froggy!
I mean, don't get me wrong here, this is still very, very bad, but at least there is some sort of variety here, even if some can be defined as the smallest possible quantity. Look at this cat. He is plotting something, and I really don't want to stick around to find out what it is. And the weirdest island by far in the entire trilogy goes to Body World. Here we have a giant Mario, accompanied by 2 weird-looking monkeys that endlessly stare at you, and a sun that is honestly making me a bit uncomfortable. All you do in this one is you click different parts of his body and he does a thing. I guess I'm learning something, I just don't really know what. Okay, I think I finally need to tap out. Well, boy, do I feel educated after that. So yeah, surprise, surprise, all 3 of these games suck. I would never give something like this to a small child. It will probably do nothing for them. And it's just so weird how a company like this got the opportunity to make a game with Mario, of all characters, and they did nothing interesting with him. It's so bizarre. If a kid wants to play a Mario game on the Super Nintendo, you just go play Super Mario World. Dude, remember Math Blaster? That series was awesome! You and your partners would explore space, encountering a handful of different alien species, and go on massive adventures, solving math problems along the way. And it was totally effective. This was honestly the way I managed to remember how to get the area of a circle for years.
The area of a circle is pi r squared.
The games were very simple, but hey, it stuck to me when I was a kid and I had a good time. That's what was important. All I got out of this was the chance to witness a mess that was scattered across 3 Super Nintendo cartridges. I guess that's why Mario Teaches Typing is still sort of beloved. It was dumb, for sure, but it still had some sort of proper goal. Get Mario from point A to point B, you learn something along the way, and at the very least, it had some charm.
I'm going to fly for you.
It's amazing Mario lasted 30 years.